She is suffering from mild depression and is also exhibiting attachment issues which I feel are impeding her ability to relate to men. Yes?
Dr. Bruckman, there's a Mr. James Quinn here to see you. He says he has an appointment.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Send him in. Mr. Quinn, I'm Dr. Clyde Bruckman.
Hi.
Please have a seat.
Thanks.
Is there something wrong? Is someone after you, Mr. Quinn?
Have you seen anyone? Have you?
No, of course not. I only just met you. Do you have reason to believe someone is after you?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't even know why I'm here.
Why did you ask me if I thought someone was after you?
I feel like someone's watching me at all times.
Someone specific?
Yes, of course.
Why would anyone be watching you?
I don't know, because I scare people.
You don't scare me.
Well, I don't want to. I just want to know what's going on.
Look, here. Sit down, Mr. Quinn. On the phone you mentioned something about aliens. Tell me what's bothering you.
I was told to come to you that you handle people who say they've been kidnapped by aliens.
I have interviewed many people who claim to have been abducted by extraterrestrial beings.
I think I'm one more to add to your list.
Sit down, Mr. Quinn. Tell me what's happened to you.
Well, it's not really clear in my mind exactly. It's almost like a dream.
Just say whatever comes to mind.
I'm not even sure if it's all true, if any of it is, if it even really happened.
Just tell me. Are you alright, Mr. Quinn?
I've got some headache. Feels like my skull's gonna burst.
Would you like an aspirin?
Yes, please. No, I don't.
Alright. Tell me about your abduction.
Well, I was driving down Old East Road. Not the main part, but where it narrows past the lake into 2 lanes.
I'm familiar with it. When was this?
A year ago.
What have you been doing between then and now?
Just nothing out of the ordinary. I've been remembering things.
Okay. Go on.
I happened to look out the window up into the sky, and I saw an area where there were no stars, and...
So, this was at night?
Yes, of course.
You were on Old East Road, past the lake, at night. What time was it?
It was past midnight.
Why were you up? Where were you going?
I was just driving.
Any reason you chose that particular spot?
No, I didn't want any people around. I wanted peace and quiet.
Are you sure you're alright, Mr. Quinn? Do you require medical attention?
No, I don't. No medical attention is needed.
So, you saw an area in the sky where there were no stars. How do you mean?
Dark form, circular, was over my car. It seemed to be following me as I drove along.
Can you describe the form? What was it?
It was a ball, a big ball, and it was spinning. It followed my car.
You mean it was spinning in place?
Yes, it...
What altitude did it appear to be at?
53 meters.
Did it make any sounds?
Yeah, it sounded like a power drill.
A power drill. Is that what you said, Mr. Quinn?
Yeah.
So, a whirring mechanical sound?
Yeah, like a power drill.
What happened next?
The form, it moved down the road, 231 meters, and then it landed.
Did it have any wheels or landing gear of any sort?
No.
When did the spinning cease?
It didn't.
It continued to spin even after it landed?
Ow.
What happened next?
The car stopped.
How do you mean? Did the engine fail?
The engine failed, and they came walking up towards my car.
Who did?
The aliens.
Did they climb out of the sphere?
No, they were just there.
What about the sphere? What color was it? What did it appear to be made of?
It was pink, made of straw, I think.
Straw? You're sure?
Yeah.
Yes. The figures. What made you conclude they were aliens? Can you describe them?
They were strange. Small feet. No arms. Thick, long legs. And 2 heads.
2 heads?
Can you talk louder, please?
What about your headache?
No, it's loud enough already.
How many of the beings were there?
300?
Mr. Quinn, what were the dimensions of this sphere?
It was 200 meters across.
I thought it landed on the road.
It did.
What did the aliens do next?
They entered my car on the passenger side.
How many did?
All of them.
Mr. Quinn, what kind of car were you driving?
What kind of car?
Mr. Quinn? Mr. Quinn, are you alright?
Yes, I'm alright.
You sure?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Right. The aliens, they've entered your car. What happened next?
They grabbed me and tossed me in their ship.
They tossed you. They physically flung you.
Yeah.
How did you get inside the sphere? Did some hatch or opening appear?
No, the walls, they were like jelly. I went through them. Inside, there were 3 lawnmowers, and they put a vice on my wrist and fed me hand grenades.
The lawnmowers did this to you?
Yes. And then they rolled me back out onto the road, and I remember thinking I needed help. And that's all I remember.
Nothing further? You just got back into your car and drove home?
No, I didn't go home.
Where did you go?
I don't remember.
You don't remember because it was so long ago, or because there's some gap in your memory?
That's right.
The aliens, did they just climb back in their ship and take off?
I don't remember.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Anything you've missed?
No, I don't think so. What do you think of my story, Doc? Do you believe it?
James, I'm going to be honest with you. Over the past decade, I've interviewed a lot of people who claim to have been abducted by aliens. They come from across this country, from all walks of life. For the most part, they've been reluctant, even ashamed, to tell me what's happened to them. You're no exception to this. However, of the hundreds of people I've talked to, I have to sincerely give you credit for reciting to me the most ridiculous, contrived, and wholly pathetic piece of drivel I've ever heard.
What, you don't believe me?
No, I don't believe you.
But why?
Because you're lying to me, Mr. Quinn.
I don't even think you believe what you've told me. And that makes me wonder why you forged this whole story in the first place.
But why would you say I'm lying to you?
Don't insult my intelligence. You expect me to believe that 300 aliens, each the size of a man, fit into your car. And despite the fact that they had no arms, they somehow gang-tossed you 231 meters into a straw and jelly-hulled spacecraft.
But I don't understand. How could you know if what I told you is true? They're aliens. They have the power to do things you and I can't even dream about doing. How can you be so sure?
Mr. Quinn, I have a means of determining for certain whether or not your story is true.
How could you? That's impossible.
When you were on board the alien vessel, did you notice any markings or symbols of any kind?
Yes, there were circles. Lots of circles.
Circles. Anything else?
Stars. 5 pointed stars.
Is that it?
What?
Were there any other markings aboard the alien vessel?
Yes, there were tridents. Angular and yellow.
Tridents.
Yes, with a single red ball in each space between the prongs.
Tridents, you're sure?
Yes, that's what I saw. And
Mr. Quinn, look at this. Over 80% of the people I've talked to have described these trident markings. The secret allows me to know for certain which abductions are true accounts.
what have you learned?
To a degree, everything. I know what the aliens and their spacecrafts look like, what they do with the people they abduct, and why. Your story is unique, to say the least. I will have to document your descriptions, the aliens that you saw. Perhaps you encountered some sort of rare mothership. The dimensions you indicated suggest you may have embellished some aspects of your experience. The number of aliens that entered your car does seem physically impossible. Mr. Quinn, what are you doing? What is that?
Sierra Nemui heth Vilnal.
Knef my arst. Ip Unek Rethigus Ilno. Himene unsith snega chine hui som mu. Wong we now wirvere ut derwith derps. Ja vers hab tiaf som mu.
Snemui hia loikut. Sek nalfreth.
Na sid nya hubs nya peisher thumreth.
Silisur raed. Wioik hoiwidna. Huid nyaf lefwedra. Oyu hun niedfe.
That iabnis under your stem.
Tias niel nidia hosoyed.
Swalk. Nya hab spaced. Nya hanafayed. Siach sub nishhalpi.
Met njort seduk qua herdina. Rewide ra sne ile I. Nya twisterip pohet.
Jesum yam nuapui.
I have a means of determining for certain whether or not your story is true. I just want to know what's going on. Are you sure you're all right, Mr. Quinn? Do you require medical attention?
They're aliens. They have the power to do things you and I can't even dream about doing.
The aliens, did they just fly back on the ship and take off?
I remember thinking I needed help.
Tell me about your abduction.
They were tridents, angular and yellow.
Is there someone happening, Mr. Quinn?
Some headache. Feels like my skull's gonna burst.
Mr. Quinn, what are you doing? What is that?